Hey guys, today I have a 500 sub special and a 100 video special for you. Now I'm actually really excited about this. I've only been doing this for 2 years, I want to say. 1 year I've been doing it seriously. I think I really started doing this around like January last year. So this could also be my 1 year anniversary for doing serious YouTube. But anyways, I'd like to start off this video by thanking a couple people. Fenno, Mezuma, Siberian Hat, TT Lemon, Deco, Kriz, all the Crimson Stone folk, and Cube Hamster. Now without Cube, I definitely would not be here today. I know a bunch of people would be like, hey, without this person I wouldn't be here today, but I know for a fact that if Cube hadn't started his server and I never joined it, then I definitely would not know any of these people. I would not have started a YouTube channel. I would not have actually gone into Redstone. So thank you, Cube, for that. Now I would also give an extended shout out to Fenno as well, because without Fenno's support, he's probably been the one to support my channel the most, not only through subs but also through other things. I know I would have quit YouTube. I actually know the precise date, May 20th, May 21st, I would have quit YouTube if Fenno wasn't like, hey Zomb, your builds are actually pretty good. Fenno. So thank you, Fenno, especially. Now, as you guys saw at the beginning of this video, I have a YouTube intro again. Tell me what you guys think in the comments. I spent maybe 10 minutes on it. I could probably improve it. But yeah, let's get started with the video. Now, as you see here, I have a floor. I pretty much always start out my videos on a floor. Yeah. Anyways, if I push this button on the side, then piston things will happen, and the ladder will be revealed. Yay! And this is a hidden ladder contraption thingy, and if I push it again, of course it'll close. There we go. Now this it wasn't really a huge thing, but I mean, a couple people built one, I want to say 5 months ago, but they would always, they're a bit funky. Like, one piston from one side will push that block that way, and then whenever you wanted to close it, another piston will push it from the other side. It was very weird, and it took up a whole bunch of space, and you actually couldn't do this with it. Over here I have two set up, and as you see, you have a dual ladder setup. Now the ones that did the pushy thingies, you weren't able to have two next to each other. They're one by itself, and they're actually a bit larger than this. So this is a hidden ladder from one side. What's also cool is that you can also have a dispenser hidden underneath here, so you could, I don't know, hook up some sort of fancy timing circuit, and then it'll dispense water when you want to like drop down into it, and then when you get out and push a button, it'll pick up the water, and you could just push that back, and it'll look like nothing ever happened. So like, hidden waterfall, I guess. I'm not really sure. But here, let me, what else do I have to say? I think I had one more thing to say. Oh yeah, this is actually kind of a prototype. I haven't really gone too much into compacting it yet. It's fairly big, so I would like to challenge you guys today to see if you guys can make a smaller one. The dimensions are 1, 2, 3, 4 wide by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 long, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tall. So here, what do I need to get? I need to grab just the ladder, I think. Wow, this actually doesn't use too many different resources. There's one bad thing about this, and that is it only works if the button is facing in, well, not the button, but like this long side is facing 3 or 1. And the reason for that is it uses my my one-tick monostable, the smallest one-tick monostable, and I'll link that in the description below. The thing about that is, though, is that it is directional, because Minecraft inconsistencies are inconsistent. So yeah, speaking of inconsistencies, this surprisingly works on Bucket, so don't need to worry about changing any timings or anything. You're all good. So first, you're going to want to start off by having a block there, put the button on it, dust, and then another block, have that go into a repeater, and then block, and then this just wraps around like this. Actually, that needs to be a repeater. That goes into a piece of dust, which goes into another block, and then this goes into a repeater, which goes into a dust, which goes into a block. And then what we just created is a thing where that'll activate every other time. So if we push it this time, as you saw, that flash, but if we push it this time, it will not. This is basically a 2-bit binary counter. So yeah, you're gonna need a piston there. I'm just gonna place all the pistons now. You're gonna need a piston there, and then a piston here. Both of those, you could place a block there, and then that's just gonna be where the ladder is. So here, let me just visualize that ladder. Yay! And then over here, you're gonna want to have a sticky piston with a regular piston next to it. And what this is basically a block swapper, and then just have another piston on that side. So what you're going to want to do now is have a torch there, and then that'll just, when the button turns on, that'll just turn off. Nothing too fancy about that. Over here, just going to have another monostable. This one is not going to be one of the 2-bit binary counters. This is going to need to be on 3. This is where all the fancy timings are for the block swapper. So here is a repeater on 1 going into that block. That'll just push that piston over, and then it'll also extend that piston up after this is pushed over. So if we have a dust underneath here, we'll get an output through this block right there. So we'll have 1 repeater there and 2 repeaters there. Now here is the monostable circuit. You're going to want to have a torch there, have a block there, and then you're going to want to have a block there, or a torch there, and then dust. And then you could have a torch here, or you could have a block there and then have a torch there. And then you're also going to want to have a torch here, have a repeater on 3, and then have another repeater on 3. This will just go into this piston to push it back when everything's over, because we don't want that sticky piston, or yeah, that piston to stay up here. So yeah, oh, I got mail, yay. And then over here, that's pretty much it, except don't forget to have a torch underneath there and then a repeater there. I've screwed that up many times trying to practice this. So I think that is it, except for the fact that we need a block there. So yeah, so if we do that, it'll spit out, and then, but what you just saw was this did not activate again. So we're going to need to have one more 2-bit monostable circuit, or 2-bit binary counter, whatever you want to call it. Have a repeater there going into a sticky piston there, and then a repeater there going into another repeater just for extra delay. And what this will do is, this is basically a pulsey thingy that gives 1 tick to this piston, and then that'll just activate those, which will pulse that back up into there. So I believe that we are all good, except I've fucked up the timings. This needs to go down like that. So that when it's closed like this, that needs to be up, and this needs to be down. So if I push this button again, it should all work. There we go. It closes perfectly fine, and it opens perfectly fine. To mirror it, you just basically have to make 2 of them, and then you just make this really stupid redstone line. There's probably a more compact way to do it, but I just had it like this with a repeater going into that block, since you need to power this dust under there as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been a wonderful year of YouTubing, and I look forward to another year. As always, if you really want to get this video out there, please upvote on Reddit. Every upvote counts. And until next time, goodbye.